So, last session, the plan to retake Krova was fully put into action. The elite garrison squad took two groups to the front gate in hopes to steal it. There was a tether squad and then the gate squad. During that plan, Karina revealed herself to be a Titan shifter, much like Ansgar. Crazy. This happened. Better. This happened actually the session prior. You guys got to the gate, and as Ansgar contemplated how the fuck he's supposed to seal the wall for a second, the battle began. You guys did really, really well. The garrison elite squad was completely wiped out, and Chris Kyle showed us why he deserves a Medal of Honor. Ansgar successfully sealed the gate. The scouts arrived on the scene. Karina and Ansgar, shortly after the scouts arrived, were then taken into custody by the military police. Ansgar was a lot easier to bring in, as he was effectively unconscious. Karina, albeit incredibly tired, I imagine, put up a little bit of a fight.
I was about to say, was I a bitch?
No.
I would have been. Damn.
You guys were both brought to holding cells, where, Karina, I have a little bit to catch up with you, first and foremost. You don't know how long it's been, as time is incredibly difficult to tell when within a holding cell. But two individuals do eventually come in. There are two military police members on either side of the cell at all times, but two new individuals come in, both from the scouts. Both male, one of which is relatively average height, short, brown hair that is just well kept, very serious looking face. Or maybe not serious, but official. He just looks like he belongs in a military. Accompanied by a rather tall individual. I believe, if I remember what I wrote down as his height, he's about 6'7". Let me double check for you. Yes. Bulky. Just big. Very stern, serious face. Short black hair. That's just kind of slicked back at all times. Massive. But he is tailing this initial individual, and they walk in and kind of pause and look at you. Before the first one speaks up, he's like, Karina Volt, correct? I'm Section Commander Matt Hahn of the Survey Corps. This is Squad Leader James Duke. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're really sorry that you have to be held in a cell quite like this. I'm sure you can understand our precaution, though. Well, we just wanted to inform you that whenever Ansgar comes to, as he's been asleep for about a day and a half now, a trial is going to be held for the two of you. The military police, especially, and he kind of glances over at one of the guys at the side of your cell, want to find out exactly what to do with you moving forward. We in the Scouts believe that you could be a formidable ally. However, it's a little difficult to trust you right now.
She's kind of just gonna like give a blank expression for a moment. If I wanted to do anything sooner, I had every opportunity to do something sooner. I only did what I did because of the situation we were in. If I wanted to, I don't know, turn into a Titan sooner, wouldn't you think I would have done that when I was around, I don't know, all the cadets during training?
Possibly. However, this does give us some valuable information. This is something that you seem to be uniquely aware of. We want to know if Ansgar is completely aware of what he was capable of. We heard that during the breach in Krova, he was confronted by the garrison and was completely unaware of what he had done.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew about this, that you could do this whole time.
Me? Yes, I can't speak for anybody else, but yes.
Right. We want to be able to trust you and work with you if you would let us.
I don't see a reason why I shouldn't let you guys.
Well, it's not about what you see, unfortunately. It's more so about what the military police and other officials see. However, if you are willing, we're going to have to put ourselves in a rather uncomfortable position by extending some trust towards you, but we need you to do the same for us. Whenever this trial is going to be held, the military police have described it as essentially trying to put you and Ansgar on trial for treason. However, this is a very unique case. We don't exactly have laws for if someone turns into a Titan. We're going to do what we can to secure and take care of you and him. I ask you
Appreciate it.
this one thing.
Hmm.
Do you trust us enough to ensure you will live through this trial?
Hmm. She's gonna like pace around, kind of like she already knows like an answer, but kind of just to be
I mean,
that person.
you're not up and free. You are chained down.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, hmm, do I? Do I not? Do I? Yeah, I guess so.
You're not instilling a lot of faith.
I put trust in people until they give me a reason not to trust them. So don't give me a reason not to trust you. And we should be fine.
That's good to hear. We'll do what we can. With that, he and this James leave. About a day later, you are made aware that Ansgar had woken up and a trial is supposed to take place the very next day. Um, However, because you are not really aware of how much time is passing where you are, you do know that once they've said it should be taking place tomorrow, it feels like a very long time has passed since they come to get you. For out of character knowledge, it has been 2 full days rather than just 1.
Okay.
Karina, when you are finally procured for the trial and escorted, you are being escorted by the commander of the Survey Corps, Rory, as well as Corporal Sarah Phoenix, who show up to your cell and kind of come up. It's like, Karina, are you ready to go?
Might as well.
We're sorry this took so long. And unfortunately, I'm sure you can understand, we're going to have to restrain you on the way to the trial.
Yeah, I saw that one coming. Just do what you have to.
You're kind of... The military police come in, very carefully undo your wrists before putting your arms behind your back, cuffing you, bringing you to Commander Rory and Corporal Sarah, who take you and very casually start walking you to the trial. Ansgar, you're left in a similar situation. However, Matt and James have come to your cell. Matt stepping in, of course, being the speaker once more, saying, Ansgar?
Yes.
Sorry this has taken so long. Are you ready for your trial today?
Would it matter if I said no?
Not really, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to extend the courtesy.
Yeah, fair enough. Worth a try. Yeah, sure. I'm ready.
Right. He'll step back. Military police do the same thing. Carefully undo your wrists from their chains. Put them in...
No,
yeah, put them in behind your back. Hand you over to James and Matt. As you guys are walking, you guys are essentially getting the same talk. One of you from Commander Rory, one of you from Section Commander Matt, saying, this trial is going to be interesting. Unfortunately, due to the circumstances, there's not a whole lot we could prepare for, but we have done everything in our power to give ourselves the best opportunity to get what we want and what you want. I imagine you don't want to die. We believe the military police aren't exactly keen on keeping you two around. But there's going to be a lot going on in there. I'm going to ask you this. We may have to pull out some sneaky tactics in the courtroom. Do you trust us?
I'm sure they do the same, so yeah, I trust you.
Rena, you are also asked this.
Oh. Yeah.
Right. Well, I hope you two are ready for what's about to go down, though I don't think any of us truly are. You guys both reach the door and are able to see each other for the first time.
Shit! Sorry.
Fuck!
Before...
No. I was trying to grab a blanket because I'm cold and like I couldn't reach it.
Wow. The 4 scouts kind of all acknowledge each other before opening the door to a courtroom. You guys look inside and there is a decent amount of people. It is very much kind of, there's a big desk for where the essentially the judge will be seated. In this big kind of rectangular square room, in the middle, there are 2 stations that have been set up where you guys are going to be. So you'll be right directly in the center of all of this. There is just a crowd surrounding it behind some railings. But you are brought into the middle of this courtroom. Your cuffs have a bar, like instead of just chain links all throughout, they connect to a just metal kind of bar that has a hollowed point where you are knelt down, your arms are put behind you, and a pole is then stuck through that point into the stand. So you are fully restrained on the stand, knelt down in front of everyone.
That sounds fun.
The military personnel that are currently present, that are recognizable to you two, are as follows. There is the commander of the Scouts, Rory Rayner. There is Corporal Sarah Phoenix. Commander of the Western Garrison, Lisa Murillo. And Commander of the Military Police, Vincent Levesque. To the right of Ansgar and Karina is the Military Police, as well as some other general, what looks to be civilians of sorts. There's definitely merchants that you can see. There are some people there that are rather well off, and a single individual in a kind of robe of sorts. It's black. It looks like it's got 3 necklaces embroidered into it. And on each of these necklaces is a symbol, one that represents each of the 3 walls. You guys know a little bit about these uniforms. These are people who belong to a wall cult. People who worship the walls, essentially. See them as gifts from the heavens. On the left of each of you, or sorry, hold on. Yeah. With the military police on the right, you can immediately recognize Commander Vincent. I'll give you a description. He looks to be about the same age as Commander Rory, so in his 30s about. He has short, well-kept dark hair. Looks very sophisticated. He carries this very stern expression that gives this aspect of, like, don't fuck with me. Despite that, though, he has kind of an enigmatic face. There's very little that you can tell about what he's thinking or feeling at any given moment. His gaze is just very intense as well, and it's very hard for you to find out kind of what his intentions moving on in this trial are. But to the left are the Scouts, consisting of, obviously, the Commander, Sarah, James, and Matt. But amongst them are the Garrison, as well as Del Baker, Joshua Doyle, Leedo, Lydia Blanchett, Jethro Fisker, Marie Fontaine, and Chris Kyle. These people have been specifically requested to come to this trial by higher-ups in the military. Each of you were essentially expected to come, and were not given a choice. When it was the day of the trial, you were gathered and brought here, no matter what it was you were doing. For those of you who haven't been in a cell for 4 days, you know that the day after Kroll was sealed, the mission to essentially completely clean up Kroll took place. You guys were just stationed atop the wall and helped distract the Titans while they were killed with cannon fire, or the Scouts were able to kill them. For your information, since I didn't have this written down last session, but at the end of this day, where they were killing out the rest of the Titans in Krova, the last 2 Titans remaining were 2 15-meter Titans, which the Scouts successfully captured and took in. Then you guys were sent into the streets to gather and identify bodies. Had the night with the funeral pyres, and it has been 2 days where you guys have essentially been free to do whatever you please. So, with that, the hustle and bustle of the courtroom dies down, and a woman walks in that every single one of you that is present recognize. This woman has short brown hair. It has a very natural, effortless messiness to it, which gives her a very relaxed but confident look. Her golden brown eyes are very intense. She just has this expression of purpose. And she has pretty strong facial features. This is Commander-in-Chief of the entire military, Jack Shepard. She sits down and clears her throat before speaking quite plainly. All right, let's get this shit show going. I don't have all day. She picks up her papers, kind of leans on her desk casually. Right. This is where I'm going to change the music since the file is starting. Well, you'd appreciate it.
Good song.
Right. Ansgar, Wendlend, and Karina Volt, correct? Don't answer that. As soldiers, you have pledged your life to defending and serving the general public. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Well, since this case is batshit, I can't apply regulations and typical laws to you two, can I? That means this is a military tribunal. I love these cases. Would you like to know why?
I have a feeling you're going to tell us anyway.
Of course I am. It's because I have all authority in the decision-making because of this. Especially over your lives. I'm only asking out of courtesy here. I don't really care what your answer is. Do you have any objections?
I don't answer. She doesn't care either way. Fuck her.
Yeah, same.
Good. Well, you two have caused a lot of headaches that I really didn't want to fucking deal with. Especially right after the walls were breached. I've heard too many people bitching in my ear about what they want done with you. Her eyes drift over to Commander Vincent, especially, before she sighs. There are some who think you two are basically a sign of the end times. And there are others who think you two are going to bring salvation to all of us behind the walls. It was impossible to... Thank you. Welcome. It was impossible to keep you two a secret, and the general public are out there pissing themselves about the fact that 2 damn titans have helped us seal a wall. We were forced to release a public announcement. The discourse, I'm sure, will be a blast to deal with. The goal for this trial moving forward is to find out which military branch will be responsible for you two moving forward. Either the military police or the Survey Corps. Do you two have any questions?
No.
No, not right away.
So glad you guys are making this easy for me. Right! Vinny! Lay out your case. Vincent then clears his throat, grabbing some papers, completely brushing past the fact that she just called him Vinny. And begins. I am Commander Vincent Levesque of the military police. We would like to commandeer these two and thoroughly examine their bodies for any information we can glean about the Titan. After we have exhausted everything, we plan to destroy them immediately. They are highly regarded as a threat, especially by those in power, including the royal family. Unfortunately, the majority of the general public seems to think these two are heroes. Civil unrest has formed, and we believe that the existence of these two could formulate a civil war of sorts. The longer they're left alive, the more people will rally behind them, even if nothing is happening. We will get all the information we can from them, and then make them into martyrs for the people. He kind of puts his papers down, looks up at you two before glancing up to Jack, who then is just like, right. Rory, what's your case? Commander of the Survey Corps kind of straightens a little. Ma'am, I'm Commander Rory Rayner, 13th Commander of the Survey Corps. We would like to recruit both Karina and Ansgar as fully recognized members of the Scouts and use their powers to retake Mireya. Jack kind of is like looking at him before she's like, is that it? He just nods. Yes, ma'am. Jack kind of looks at him before she's like, that brings a thought to my mind. How are you gonna get beyond the walls now? Hey, Lisa! Didn't Ansgar completely seal the gate in Krolva? Lisa kind of straightens up, nods. Yes, ma'am. The gate is completely unusable now. Rory adds, we're currently making plans to set out from Southern Trust District. Unfortunately, that means we have to create a new route from there to Clonmore from the ground up. And here, a rather portly man who looks very well off speaks up suddenly. You guys can get an idea this is a merchant of sorts. And he kind of just, why bother? Use the kid to seal up all the walls and execute them. With the walls sealed, no one gets out and the Titans don't get in. There's no point in allowing such a great opportunity to go to waste by handing these two over to a branch of the military who only ever leaves and comes back with half as many people. Sarah then looks at this man with a kind of forced smile. And if you two look at her, or if any of the cadets look at her, you will notice there is a clear look of just like, fuck you in her eyes. But she's smiling. She's like, I suppose you'd like to front the funds and take the leading position in this plan, then? I'm sure our friends here would love to work for you, knowing that their lives will end the moment they're done working. It won't cause any problems at all. You hear Jack from the stand just kind of go, but a just slam is then heard over by the merchant again. You guys are then brought immediately to the attention of this wall cult individual standing next to Vincent. He is glaring daggers at this merchant. Before he's like, you have stepped out of line, heretic. We shouldn't be defiling the walls any more than we already have. Putting cannons atop them and allowing this thing, he motions towards Ansgar, to seal it with his demon powers is sure to have displeased the gods already. The pastor and this merchant go back and forth for a little while, and Jack is just kind of watching before she finally just goes, hey, you two, shut the hell up. She turns her attention back to Karina and Ansgar, kind of just, so, how you guys doing? You alright?
The majority of the room have called for our deaths, so as good as can be expected, I guess.
I like you. So I've got some questions for you two now. You both graduated in the top 10 of the 104th Western Training Division, if my notes are correct. Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Great. That begs the question. Did either of you know which branch of the military you planned on joining after graduation?
Absolutely.
Not solid idea, but I had some thoughts.
Well, Karina, since you seem to know exactly where you were headed, what might that be?
Why don't you take a guess?
Well, based on your interactions with everyone here so far today, I don't think the military police are exactly your friend.
Mm-mm.
Let me think. Garrison.
I'd rather die.
Well, it seems like you were headed to the right place to do so. So you wanted to join the Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can truly use these powers of yours to benefit?
Absolutely.
Ansgar,
Mm,
do you think you could use your powers as a benefit?
I already have, so yes.
True enough. It's very good. Unfortunately for you, Karina, we have a much harder time in just trusting you by your word. You see, your buddies in the Scouts ended up delaying this trial by an entire day to look more and more into official documentation revolving around birth records. Do you know what that turned up for you, Karina?
What?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, what
As far as we're aware, you're in league with our good buddies the Armored Titan and the Snake Titan. Do you have anything to say about that?
I mean, just because you don't have records on somebody doesn't mean jack shit, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Commander Vincent then speaks up. The lack of official documentation does lead us to believe that you very well may be an existing spy working for the Armored and Snake Titan. With the revelation of the two of them, it is quite reasonable to come to the conclusion that the Armored and Snake Titan are intelligent and controlled by a human, much like these two can. It's quite the coincidence that the day the Scouts left on an expedition, the walls fell, isn't it? The branch best equipped and most experienced in battling Titans weren't there to help until the wall had already been sealed up.
Just sounds like poor timing, to be quite honest.
Well, you can say poor timing. I believe this was a calculated decision made. With that, the trial continues on for a little while, some back and forth points being made before a couple minutes after this situation, since they're still discussing birth records. Section Commander Matt kind of is like, since we're talking about official documentation, we can't prove that Karina has lived here her whole life, but we can indeed prove that Ansgar has. We have official documentation going back to his birth. We have official documentation of his parents' birth. Vincent, at this point, kind of is like, yes, speaking of Ansgar's parents, we looked into that, and they're still alive in these very walls. We believe that based on the outcome of this trial, it may be necessary to get them, also put them on trial and see what they know.
It's just if looks could kill, Vincent would be dead right now.
He kind of looks back at you. It's surprisingly silent after he makes this statement. There is no comment being made from Jack. None of the Scouts have said anything. If you want to look at anyone after this, in this uncomfortable silence, you are free to, for a moment.
Only him.
Okay,
I'll stare him down as much as I can.
fair enough. He doesn't say a word. Anyone else, I'll say, you're free to interrupt this trial at any moment and try to say something. It may not be very becoming of you, but if you are here, you are able to say something. Okay. Fair.
Might interrupt.
Nice crowd.
Who knows?
Yeah. With that, it goes quiet for a few moments before anyone who is looking at the Scouts, obviously Ansgar staring daggers into the commander, anyone else who is looking at the Scouts, they see Matt and Rory looking at Ansgar, and there's kind of a, like, you know, slight just notice of, like, oh, he's mad. Matt has the tiniest grin on his face, but he quickly kind of just, like, straightens up before he's like, well, we could tell you where they are. We did manage to go and speak with them for a short while before this trial to try and find out if they did know anything. They're currently under watch of the scouts. If you want them brought in right here and now, we could do it.
Flick back to Matt. And just
He turns his attention to you.
kind of not knowing whether to speak or not, maybe a look of desperation to be like, don't do it.
He looks at you, and all he does is give you a very simple nod. You're free to make a check here if you'd like to see if you can determine what he's trying to tell you with this nod.
Sure. How do I do? What do
Just
I do?
roll a straight d10.
Five.
You get the sense that he is encouraging you to do something, but you're not sure what.
Okay.
With that, and him kind of looking at you, Jack kind of leans back and looks over at the military police. She's like, so, with the knowledge we can bring his parents in, is that something you guys want to do? Since you have not said anything, Commander Rory speaks up. Premier Shepard, I don't think that would necessarily be important, although if they wanted to bring them in, we're not going to stop them. There are other people in this room already that we could question. He kind of pulls up his papers. We went and spoke to members of the cadet corps who trained these individuals, and it seems he kind of motions to one of the cadets in front of him, this being Jethro. That Jethro and Karina were quite good friends. If anyone was going to know anything, it could have been him. Jethro kind of just straightens, looks back up at the commander like, what the fuck, dude? And Vincent is just like, yes, we did look a little bit into their training. I suppose that's true. The merchant kind of is just like, why the fuck ain't he on trial then?
If the merchant looks in the direction, I imagine Doe and Jeff are not too far away from each other. The cadets.
Yeah, you guys are kind of all just grouped together in front of this, like within the scouts, like looking out.
Yeah, Doe is just waiting, like just a very intense, not like angry, just like a very intense, just like keep going.
Right? Yeah.
Hey. I'm just gonna straight up. I'm gonna say, I've heard threats against me and my family, and now these guys. I don't mean to be rude, but who the fuck is this guy?
He looks at you, kind of gives this look of like, who the fuck do you think you are? And he's like, I don't have to talk to things like you.
Oh, we don't have to talk to things like you if you want to sit here and keep being disrespectful.
He kind of just is taken aback by this.
Sorry, I figure I have to ask the question now because I could be dead by the end of the day. So.
Oh well, we got to count all our blessings, huh?
He kind of like puts a hand down on the railing and starts to lean and looking at you guys before he like looks up over you and like leans back with this look of like, what the fuck? If you two follow his gaze, you see Sarah and James step over the railing, walk right up to the two of you, James up to Karina, Sarah up to Ansgar, They look down at you before they both just kind of go like this, lift up their foot, and boot you in the head as hard as they can. I'm going to make a roll real quick. Ansgar, you feel a tooth come loose. Karina, you feel your jaw pop.
Oh, fun.
They boot you for a moment before James grabs just a fistful of Karina's hair, knees her again, punches her in the gut. Sarah then also kicks Ansgar directly in the stomach before gripping his head and slamming it back into the pole that has been used to restrain you. You guys continue to receive somewhat of a beatdown. Josh, I'll say to the cadets, Josh is kind of like standing there and he like stiffens up before he like moves to take a step forward, and Commander Rory puts a hand on his shoulder, just watching with a straight face. Do any of you else do anything? Make a move.
So, I will just say that if I imagine like there's a table or some sort of wooden structure in front of us. We're sitting down.
No, you're all standing.
We're all standing.
There's just a railing between you and the court floor.
The one hand that sits on the railing that Doe has is just cracks.
Yeah, no, you absolutely can. I'll say with that grip and your Ackerman power, you actually like crack the wood there. But is that all you do? Just you're watching, gripping?
For now, if this escalates, might change.
After a kind of short beatdown that you and Karina are suffering, it just is dead quiet. But Vincent's second speaks up. Kind of just this man with jet black hair that just appears very well maintained, almost like pretty boy black hair. He has a very just polished but relaxed look. You can clearly tell that he is a man of about mid to late 20s, but he's got really soft features that make him have this kind of boyish look. And when you get a moment to actually look into his eyes, while he does look nervous right now, there is still that sense of like determination, like he needs to prove something, right? But he kind of pipes up finally. He's like, "Hey, what are you two doing?" Sarah now kind of takes a step up and flips her hair back. I haven't given a very description of her at all. She's got short, kind of reddish hair. The easiest comparison I could make that I have envisioned her looking like this whole time, even before I played Mass Effect, was kind of a femme shep. Just default femme shepherd. Short red hair, stern features, green eyes. She's kind of small, but not like short. But she flips her hair back, wiping her brow with sweat before she looks over at them and kind of grins. She's just like, "These two haven't had their fates decided by Premier Shepard yet, which means they're still soldiers. Soldiers need discipline, and after that little outburst they had, it seems obvious to me that discipline is severely lacking." James is still standing there with a fistful of Karina's hair. Vincent kind of clears his throat, an obvious nervousness in his eye before he's like, "What if they turn into Titans?" James looks over before he's like, "Aren't you the ones trying to dissect them and execute them?" There is a dead silence that just falls over the whole room at that point. Before Sarah then speaks up, "Do you have what it takes to kill these two early if it comes right down to it, Commander Levesque? If they turn into Titans and fight back against your research and your desire to kill them, could you finish the job if necessary? Can your men? I sure as hell can. And I won't hesitate," she says as she lays another kick into Ansgar's stomach. if the time comes. It was quiet again. Jack's kind of just looking at it, and she's like, nothing has happened for a few seconds before she's like, is the fun over? Rory speaks up now. Premier Shepard, as I stated before, we would like to bring Karina and Ansgar into the Scouts as full-fledged members of our branch. Corporal Sarah Phoenix and Squad Leader James Duke will be placed in charge of each of these two and expected to keep them under surveillance at all times. With these two around and their squads keeping tabs, the dangers of the people getting out of hand will be severely cut down and will always have an out in case they go rogue. I don't see these two as my enemy. They're clearly capable and very dangerous foes, but I have the utmost faith that they're my allies and should be used as such. Anyone in this room who wants to put them to death should think hard about if they have the strength to actually do it. I don't doubt the military police's skill, but my squads are organized and experienced. Within the care of the Scouts, they pose no threat. Jack kind of sits back, drums her hand on the desk for a second. She looks over at the military police. Could you guys kill them? Vincent straightens up, and he's just like, I believe we could if we had to. She now turns her attention to Sarah and James, who are standing over the two of you still. Could you? Sarah nods, and she's like, I have no doubts. There's no need for me to believe I could when I know I could. Unfortunately for these two, there's no holding back if it comes down to it. They work with us, or they die. That gives a nod and kind of folds her arms with a smile, seeming satisfied with what Sarah has stated. Right. Well, sorry, Vinny, but I think the outcome here is pretty clear. Ansgar Wendlend, Karina Volt, enjoy your time in the Scouts. We're done here. She stands up, brushes her military uniform off, and leaves the room.
I spit a tooth across the ground.
Yes, you absolutely do. Just you two are then unchained, brought out of the courtroom, and handed over to the Scouts, who bring you into a side room, have a few kind of couches, desks. It seems to be just an organization room. The rest of the cadets, you guys are sent away. You were all there for, obviously, witnessing, and they did tell you, I should say, they did inform you of why you were being chosen to be brought in. Primarily because individuals like Lydia and Jethro were bunkmates with the two individuals. Marie was brought in because of her close connection to Jethro and growing up with him. The rest of you were brought in because of your closeness to him when he was found out. And when you kind of stuck up for and defended him from the garrison. Those were the primary people that were picked to be there for it. But they let you guys go. But Ansgar, Karina, you are both kind of sat down on one of these couches, and Matt strolls up, pulls a chair, and sits down in front of the two of you, as you are now fully unrestrained. Kind of is like, sorry about our little display that we had to put on. He kind of looks at you, Ansgar. We did bring your parents up for a reason. We wanted to make you angry.
Right.
We got you on the right track. It just seems like someone who wasn't aware of our gamble pulled the right strings to make you say something.
Well, I'll forgive you as long as you tell me who the fuck that guy was, because I still have no idea. No one's answered me, and now I've lost a tooth. I'm very sore.
Just gonna pop my jaw back into place.
Yeah, you easy enough.
Just unfazed.
I liked that tooth.
Was it a special tooth?
Well, it's on the floor now, so I guess so.
Let me. I had to fucking come up with a name for this guy now. Matt kind of looks to you before he's like, I believe that was the lead of a merchant's guild within Krova, named Mark Davids.
What? Okay. Alright. I don't know why he's there, but fair enough. We're out now. It doesn't matter.
Unfortunately, money can get you a lot of pull within the military. Regardless, I hope there hasn't been any love lost between the two of us, or the three of us.
You didn't hit me.
Well, Sarah and James are kind of on either side of him, looking down at the two of you, though they are standing very kind of lax. Sarah has a clear kind of apologetic look in her face. James still looks just kind of like dead serious. But Matt just kind of gives a nod to that, and he's like, right, do you mind if I see the injury? And he'll pull out kind of a cloth as another member of just a rando scout kind of walks over to something, grabs a bottle of alcohol, and hands it to Matt, who starts drenching the thing, and he puts it down. He's like, open your mouth. He looks in carefully before he kind of like notices something, and he sits back, looks over at Karina. Karina, I'll ask you this, since you do have full control over it. Are you allowing your wounds to heal right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He looks over at her and seems to clock something and looks up a little bit before he's just like, right. Well, I don't think you have anything to worry about because your tooth is coming back.
Okay. Right. Okay. This is. Are you sure? Are you qualified?
Would you like me to answer?
Sure.
Would
What do
that
you
make
know?
you? So, kind of, sort of, can. How do I put this in a simpler term where you don't flip out or freak out? You can pretty much just heal yourself.
Matt immediately pulls out a notebook and flips it open and starts writing something. Are you saying, similarly to how Titans regenerate after damaged, you can do the same thing, but as a human?
Karina just nodding.
Okay.
Right.
Is it wrong to think that's kind of cool?
No.
That's very cool.
Matt is eagerly nodding with you. Right, I'd love to stay and chat about this right now, but we're also in,
Oh yeah, yeah.
we need to go. Welcome to the Scouts. Sorry again about the display that we had to put on. Sarah actually speaks up this time, and she's like, yes, I would have held back, but I was kind of told not to.
That's fine.
Good to see you're okay. We didn't know that was going to happen, so, silver linings. Right. Well, you are then kind of brought out and handed over to a larger squad of individuals. James and Sarah have taken their squads and are now escorting the two of you to the primary scout headquarters to essentially show you guys where you'll be staying for the time being. A couple things need to get sorted out with the officials of the military before anything goes on with you two and learning more for the time being. But you do get to meet the members of the squads and know who you guys are going to be assigned to. So, we can do this in one of two ways. You can either do rollsies or even and odd.
What do you want to do? I'm down for anything.
I don't care either, really. Rollsies?
Rollsies it is.
Okay, each of you just roll a straight d10.
7.
Cool. I already know where my dice are going to be today.
Okay, well, fortunately for you, you probably won't need them today. Ansgar, Mystic, you can either... I will let you choose if you want to choose between the two squads. You can either be a part of James Duke's squad or Sarah Phoenix's squad.
Ooh. Do we go to the people that beat us up or go to the opposite people that beat us?
To be quite honest, I trust the people who actually beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, true. I'll go with Sarah.
Okay, you are then introduced to Phoenix Squad, who consists of 4 individuals. There is Timothy Mercer,
Yep.
Samantha Johnson,
Samantha Johnson.
Amelia Willingham,
Yep.
and Theo Bailey.
Okay.
You guys are all shaking your head at the last names. You should be shaking your head at the full names, because the first names are all voice actors who worked on Baldur's Gate 3.
I was shaking my head that whole way. Fuck you.
Yeah, good.
Oh god, I wrote Phoenix Bailey. I didn't write Phoenix Squad because you were still talking about Theo Bailey.
Karina,
Mhm.
you are introduced to Duke Squad, consisting of Carrie Helfer,
Hold on. Okay.
so there's Carrie Helfer, Brandon Daniels, I bring this up because it is the only person that is a clear androgynous, Ash Christensen, and Courtney Eckstein, Eckstein.
Thank you.
With that, you guys are brought to the scout headquarters and given rooms. You are essentially told, like, these are where our squads rest. You sleep where we sleep, so we can keep an eye on you.
I have this.
In the meantime, everyone else has been given time to rest after the attack of Krolba. Now that the trial is over, you have a day before you actually are brought forward to pick a military branch. But after this, I promise you will be let loose to communicate, do whatever you want. This is our last little big thing, but when it comes time to pick your guys' branches, you are all lined up. Similarly to this, to how you were during your graduation ceremony. It is nighttime. We'll switch back to this because it works. It's currently nighttime again, and you are standing, as I said, in a very similar courtyard with a stage. It's the exact same one where your graduation ceremony was held. You stand amongst the rest of the 104th Western Division. More than half of them have been wiped out. Commander Rory then steps out onto the stage. Ansgar, Karina, you are both there as well. However, you are kind of off stage, out of eyesight from everyone. You can kind of see. Like there's a bit of a curtain you can kind of peek behind or around, so you can see everyone standing there. But unless they're trying to find you, they're not going to see you. But Commander Rory steps out in front of all of you. You're all standing at attention, arms behind your back kind of thing. Before he steps forward and begins. Says, I am the commander of the Survey Corps, Rory Rayner. Today you are to choose which branch of the military you join. The reason I stand before you is to invite each and every one of you to join the Survey Corps. You cadets have faced Titans in combat during the breach of Krova. You already know what it's like to battle the Titans, and what you experienced is very typical for our branch of the military every time we leave the walls. There's nothing that prepares you for those horrors. And every time we leave those walls, every time we leave the walls, you come face to face with what you have already lived through. I'm sure many of you came to understand your true limits during the fall of Krova. However, even if we did face heavy losses during the operation to retake Krova, you all took part in history like no one before you ever has. With your help, your determination, and the sacrifice of those around you, humanity declared its first victory over the Titans. We couldn't have done it without you, and we couldn't have done it without the existence of two individuals, Ansgar Wendlend and Karina Volt. Because of them, you were able to stop the Titan invasion. Because of them, we have what we need to start truly understanding our Titan foes. Because of them, this single victory can turn into many. Because of them, Mireya is within reach. Many of you experienced the fall of Mireya. Even if you lived within Krova, you saw the refugees. You lost out on food, water, and other basic amenities. Those of you who are alive now have the citizens who were sent to reclaim Mireya to thank. I'll not sugarcoat it. Many of you already know that was not the true purpose of that mission. For the loss of family and friends, your family and your friends, I offer my sincerest apologies. Those of you who are standing there, if you are taking note of the people around you, can see Morgan clearly angry, but also trying to hold back tears as this is brought up. Commander continues, says, but now I offer you a way to make their sacrifice mean something. By joining the Survey Corps, you can fight back against the Titan threat and help us retake our lost territory. With your help, and the assistance of Ansgar and Karina, Mireya is our next objective, and so long as we have brave men and women fighting in our ranks, it will continue to be our next objective until we take it back, or the Survey Corps is wiped out. Pauses, kind of looks out over all of you. What is the general feeling each and every one of you is having listening to this? We'll start with Chris.
Chris is very unsure of himself within this moment and with what he's seen since we started.
Yeah.
He is probably visibly just clearly not sure of himself as he is standing there.
Ewan, standing next to you, looks almost inspired as the commander is speaking. So, how are you feeling during this speech? As he pauses here, what are you feeling? How are you looking?
Doe, on the exterior, kinda is looking directly at him, at attention. Kind of like moving his shoulder a little bit around,
Mm-hmm.
kind of just like just fidgeting just that little bit, and in that moment, he's a little confused and being reminded of the Mireya attack, the Wall Mireya mission. He kind of just sort of starts thinking back to it, and he looks a little sad.
Marie, next to you, looks shaken. And Jethro next to her is unreadable. Fennric, how you feeling? What are you thinking?
Fennric, much like some of the others here, is just stone facing it. But he is just exuding this confidence, reassurance almost. Just nodding his head slightly at the words that he's saying.
Okay. Echo, next to you, looks scared. Fleur, how you feeling? What you thinking?
Outwardly, she's definitely portraying a lot of determination.
Okay.
Though if anybody's watching her very closely, there's like a flick in the eyes where they fall while listening to his words. Inwardly, she's a bit nervous.
Okay. Mireya, how you feeling? What you thinking?
She's kind of like stone facing it too, but inside she's not happy about the prospect of what just happened, not even like a couple days ago, is going to be that reality every day with the scouts. But she kind of just shakes it off. You kind of see her like twitch every once in a while, but otherwise she's kind of just there.
Okay. Around you all, there is a general kind of sense of, it seems a majority of the cadets are like, yeah, wow, we're close, huh? He has instilled a confidence in these scouts, and he is looking out over all of them, gauging the thoughts of all of you in a quick moment before he continues. I won't lie to you, however. Our branch is always short-handed. When we leave for an expedition beyond the walls, many of us are seeing our home for the last time. Your chances are grim at best. But you have already faced these enemies before. My hope is that it will help you in the coming expedition that will take place 1 month from now. We're aiming to set up a supply point between Trost and Clonmore. I believe the death rate for new recruits on their first expedition is around 50%. But those who do come back become amazing soldiers and have high survival rates. Now that you know, if you're ready to join up with the scouts and put your lives on the line, remain here. Ask yourself this. Are you ready to be part of that 50%? And are you ready to lay your life down for the good of humanity? For those of you who wish to join other branches, you're dismissed. Do any of you turn and walk away?
Chris hesitates, begins to turn around, then turns back and stands straight.
Hey.
All right. Now I need to find out who does stay with you. Without needing to roll, there are only 3 people that I can guarantee are going to stay by your side. That being Josh, Morgan, and Jethro.
Let's go.
Marie stays. Elias stays. Echo stays. Ray stays. Jordan leaves.
I'm medic.
Ow, fuck.
No,
Actually, you're right.
Please.
though.
No, I have to run after.
They're not leaving us! Drag him back by the...
Back by
You're
the fucking
scared.
collar.
A bone white arrow lands at his feet.
Where'd that come from?
Alan stays.
The fuck
And
is
who?
Alan?
Alan.
Alan.
Oh,
Fallon. I heard
No,
Alan.
the
I was
kid
like, who
that
the
you
hell?
sat with day one. That
Oh
was
yeah,
on
I
his
know
own.
Alan.
We heard
Who the
Alan.
Alan, though?
I heard Alan. Yeah,
I
no.
heard Fallon. Y'all deaf motherfuckers.
Emily stays. Ewan stays. And Lydia
Shit.
She dipping.
Bubbles.
B starts to turn to leave. Ansgar, are you watching?
I'm peeking around that cut.
There is a clear, very obvious sense of confusion and fear in her. You can tell she is deep in thought as she's kind of standing there on crutches, leg set, as she kind of starts to slowly turn. She looks up. Doesn't see you.
Mhm.
And walks away.
No, I'm not kidding that I went after Jordan.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I'll say, because the initial thing here was, if your bunkmate started to leave, you had a chance to talk to them. Since your bunkmate stayed, I will give you an opportunity to talk to him. As he walks by you, you can stop him and try to talk. But a lot of the other cadets around you that were once exuding this confidence of like, yeah, we can do it, have started leaving.
Yeah. As he stops him, he kind of goes, I'm not going to sit here and beg, but you leaving is going to be a real hard blow. Sure about this?
I barely kept it together during Krova. How am I expected to keep it together beyond the walls?
I like to imagine we'd help.
I'll roll again. He thinks about it for a second. There's a clear look of guilt before he's like, I'm sorry, and continues walking.
Before he goes, Doe just goes, I'd like to invite you for dinner 2 days from now. And he gives his address, his home.
He gives a gentle nod and leaves. Let me update something.
Absolutely. My NPC list gone, motherfuckers, are highlighted in orange.
Oh, Lydia gone. All right.
Jordan. Yeah.
Lydia and Jordan.
Yeah. Jordan is a pretty heavy fucking pick.
Yeah, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
A lot.
Mm-hmm.
These are the scouts. We are the characters to meet yet.
Yeah, very true.
There's a very
Yeah,
much a reason Doe is asking him to dinner.
Yeah,
Mm.
you saved my goddamn life. Poisons him.
Oh my god.
Do you want a leg or a wing?
As you guys see the crowd thin out, the people that stand around you now are pretty much the only people who decided to stay. There's a couple other rando cadets. But for the most part, yeah, Alan. John Default number 3. Leedo is also amongst all of you, I should say. Kaden did let me know what he was choosing. But once everyone clears out and you're all standing there amongst each other, and you can see who all is following everyone into the scouts together, there's a moment of silence before the commander speaks up. If you were commanded to die, would you? And he waits for someone to answer.
Doe looks him in the eye and goes, "No, Commander."
He looks at you, gives a bit of a nod. I see. Very well. I, Commander Rory Rayner, would like to be the first to personally thank you for your bravery and fortitude. He gives a strong salute to all of you. This salute I give is given to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Survey Corps. Now then, devote your hearts, he commands. The cadets around you all salute, and a unanimous "Yes, sir," is given by everyone. He smiles at all of you, Commander Rory does, and says, "You know what it is you're facing, and yet you choose to remain. You are all incredibly brave, even if your mind says you are incredibly stupid. For that, you have my utmost respect." He turns to leave. You each have a moment of silence, maybe even solitude for some of you, as you've made your choice. There is no going back.
Is he leaving the stage? Does he vanish?
Yes, he walks off the stage.
Before he goes to walk off the stage, Fennric is going to call out, "And what of Karina and Ansgar, sir?"
He kind of stops, looks over at you. They've been here this whole time. And he walks away.
No.
Karina, Ansgar, you guys both see the commander walk past you, and he kind of makes just a quick movement with his hands, and you, as well as the scouts around you, are, like, leaving. You're not pushed anywhere, but you are expected to follow, obviously. The rest of you, the night is somber. Even though you've made your decision, some of you may be second-guessing yourselves, but it is essentially too late to go back on that now. Doe?
I would like to say.
See him doing the, like, I'm smoking pose, so it's like, oh, he's got something to say.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, as the commander left and we were sort of just left saluting, I think Doe would have turned around to everybody and just gone, "Who wants to join me tonight for a few drinks and maybe a little bit of food? Talk about how things have been going. Maybe say thanks to the people that are gone."
I wouldn't be opposed to it, no.
And we stuck with the rest of you for I don't know how short a time. Why not start early?
You guys are able to spend your night celebrating whatever it is. Get drinks. I would let you guys roleplay this stuff out, but that's what this next section is for. The next day, you all are brought to the Scouts' headquarters. It's this large fort/castle type thing that is within Walrose. You're all kind of gathered up, and as you are led into this walled area, the moment you step in, you're immediately handed a cloak. It's green, folded up. You see the Survey Corps symbol on the back of it, and there's a little like you know what like lunch bags are made out of? I can't remember the fucking material right now. You get something like that that's like wrapped up. There's like a string attached to it. It's not super thick, but feeling it, there's stuff inside, obviously. As you're all given your things, if you open that thing, the bag, there are 3 patches that have the Survey Corps symbol, and you know that you're meant to replace your jacket patches with these ones. Now that you're all here in the Scouts, on your character sheets, you can untick your Cadet Corps rank and tick your military branch to the Survey Corps, and you go from a cadet in your rank to a rookie. Unfortunately, this rank up really doesn't do much for you other than just say you are now officially part of something. For every single one of you that is in the Scouts, you each get a +1 to your attack.
Beautiful.
Permanently. And you all get the perk Second Swing.
Oh, fuck.
Second Swing allows you to re-roll 1 failed sword attack per battle. So once everyone has their stuff written down, just let me know.
It's not like a it's not a
Which-
perk with a
which-
level, right? Just a
Which
Okay.
little flag is the Scouts?
green
The-
one.
The
Freedom!
wings.
The wings of freedom!
It's
The blue
it's
and white!
one.
The wings.
Ah.
There you go. Thank you.
We don't get
And
no
then what
dumb
was the
flowers or
perk
stupid
do?
horse.
We don't want no dumb flowers. Hello. Actually, flowers. Yeah. And damn straight,
Ugh.
I got my
That
fucking
point.
cinnamon toast. I'm happy.
Ooh, cinnamon toast.
But yeah, it's not a perk with like a rank, is it? Like some other perks. It's just a standard. Like
Yeah, this is like you just joined this branch. It is an automatic, like, you're no longer just in training. You're a rookie.
I mean, like some perks have ranks attached to them, so you can rank them up. This one isn't one of those kind of perks, is it? The second swing
no,
one?
no.
Yeah.
But it is just a free perk, so.
I'll
Not
fucking
complaining.
take it. Being able to reroll
Imagine
attacks
using a
is
sword.
I
Yeah.
haven't rolled any stress. I should roll.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
no,
I rolled quite a few
Oh.
while you guys were getting beaten the shit out of. This undetermined if Doe would do anything or not, but I rolled really low, so I was fine.
Our little beatdown session.
Yeah.
To what Andy said, I'd like to go to what's his name? Commander fucking Rory and be like, hey, that guy needs a gun.
Get that man a gun.
I
Instead of
second
get
that.
that man a shield, get that man a gun.
They read the reports. They know.
Yeah.
I just say I had a panic attack after we were all done. Chris does.
No.
Oh, fair, yeah. Okay.
Holy shit, bro.
So, now that you guys have all been brought to the scout headquarters, you've been given your stuff. Karina, Ansgar,
Mm-hmm.
you look over as the new cadets are coming in, and you are now able to clock who all has joined up with you fully. It's not very many in terms of what the 104th was, but there are some faces. Ansgar, I'd say the ones that really stick out to you would obviously be Josh. You already know that Lydia is not there.
Mm-hmm.
But Karina, Jethro, still there. Still kicking.
Let's go, my boy.
And as you kind of both look over and notice them, your squad leaders, Sarah and James, kind of look down at you, look up, and they're like, we'll extend this olive branch of peace to you. Don't make us regret it. Go catch up. And they leave you two alone.
A giant hand emerges and just grabs him.
It pats everyone.
Yeah, you. Hello.
It's so good to see you.
It turns Titan just to pick everybody up in one giant hug.
Goodbye.
The 104th was turned into a flying pace after a hug gone wrong.
No, bad thing better.
Karina's gonna walk over, but it's gonna be one of those fast-paced walks, and the first person she's gonna go up to is Jethro.
He's fucking giving the like two moms on a power walk. Kind of like
it's the mom walk through Disney when the child's misbehaving and you don't want people to stare at you.
All right, yeah. Yeah, he kind of is like talking with everyone. He's one of the people that looks like he's like fucking pumped to be here. He's like, hell yeah. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Him and Morgan are like ecstatic. Morgan still fucking injured, as is Emily, but you know. But he's like talking before he kind of looks over, sees you, smiles, gets really excited, and immediately covers his dick before he's like, "Hey, Karina!"
Karina's gonna give off a genuine laugh, like the first laugh, like genuine laugh, like anybody has heard her like give off, because it's mostly like smirks or chuckles here and there, but this is like her first genuine laugh, and she holds her arms open.
Jethro looks at you. Before he's just like, guys, what did I do?
Tell us you were her bunkmate. I don't know.
Doe's gonna
stuff
push him towards her.
Yeah, he kind of steps forward into her, with Doe pushing him, and he's just like, as he's afraid. He's never seen you act like this, and he's like, she's gonna kill me.
Hug. Suplex.
You're a dog whistle.
But yes, he's pushed into you.
She just wraps her arms around him and gives him a genuine tight hug.
He's like standing there for a sec before he drops his cloak and bag, and he's just like very carefully wraps arms around, settles before he's just like slowly racks. He's like, okay, and then he kind of leans into it, and then you kick him in the dick. No, yeah, he's like, fuck that trial, right?
Uh-huh.
Kind of will stand up now. Ansgar. You're free to
Yeah,
join
it's
them.
a lot more hesitant. Doesn't rush over. It's just kind of slow walk and just kind of like, hey.
As you're slow walking over,
people."
Doe's gonna go, Ansgar! Just like jog over to you.
Josh
Hi, dog.
looks as you are like, Ansgar. Josh just goes like, marches up to you, and he's like, I would punch you in the fucking face right now if Sarah didn't already do it for me.
Why?
Shut up. And he kind of just wraps a one-armed hug around
Oh,
Yeah, no, like Doe is like running up and then goes like,
too.
okay, backs up.
you. Yeah.
And just backs up.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's good
I
to
feel
see
like-
you here. Those bastards of the military police don't deserve you.
I think we're gonna get me anyway. Stand up. But yes, you are all now together in full again since the fall of Krova. You are free to catch up with each other.
Ansgar!
Hi. I check my wrist real quick to make sure I'm not restrained.
You are not.
Good.
you are
Sorry, I'm just so
completely.
used to seeing you guys in shackles at this point.
Shackle. Sorry, I feel like I missed something.
You are aware that there was a trial.
Okay.
I'm
aware.
constantly being arrested, and I'm not even a criminal. Yeah.
Well, in their eyes, you were.
Honestly,
I was too. I'm right there with you, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it took
Yeah.
everything in me to not jump over that fence to get to you guys during that trial. That was terrible.
It was a very tough watch, yeah.
Yeah. It was great.
Mireya, you weren't there.
Oh, I wasn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
I didn't know you had it set up. I didn't know!
No, you're good. You're good. I just remembered that you weren't even here at the beginning. The people that were there were Doe, Josh, Leedo, Lydia, Jethro, Marie, and Chris.
So weird to have a film crew in the middle of a trial like
I
that.
can imagine Maria holding the boom mic.
We just
Not
broadcasted.
You think they turn away from the
Broadcast.
meeting, but no, they focus right
No,
on it.
they fucking moved the camera with each hit,
I was so unfocused.
Like a Marvel film.
Shot.
like a WWE wrestling show.
Like a Daredevil fight scene.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel as blind as him watching it.
I'm gonna turn over to Chris. Be like, so you holding up?
No, I don't know why I stayed. I don't know.
It's because you like us.
My whole plan, as I got in, was to go protect the walls. I don't know why I'm here. And I think he starts another panic attack.
Okay. Well, yeah. Fennric immediately at the sign of a panic attack becomes immensely uncomfortable. It's like, yeah. Hey. Don't do that.
Like Doe at that point just pulls Fennric away. Just goes, alright, Chris, are you alright, buddy? Come on. Breathe. Can you breathe?
Josh just walks up to you, grabs you, slaps you on the face a couple times, and he's like, "You're here because you know what's necessary," and then like steps back.
Whoa!
Again, fucking.
Hey,
Josh, so abrasive, huh?
good try.
How's Chris looking?
He's not gonna get anywhere if we baby him. You think it's gonna be easy from this point on?
You're
He's
right.
very clearly aware of what's coming.
Yes, I agree. Chris,
Oh my
Yes.
How's Chris doing?
plans change. You're still protecting the walls. You're just doing it a different way now.
Uh,
Yeah, different POV.
you have
Yeah.
no idea how much I appreciate having you here. There were multiple times I would have got chopped in half back there.
I didn't
for you.
see a lot of it because I was fixing a wall, but I heard a lot of fucking cannons. That was really good.
Oh, he.
Yeah. Yeah, you see how my cannons are out here now?
Well, I'm sure we could
Probably.
figure something out.
They can
Good
carry
shot.
a cannon, can't they?
That's actually
I could
Yeah,
carry
wait, so
him.
y'all are gonna be with us, yeah? The scouts.
Yeah, I don't really know how that works just yet.
Yeah, we already got put into kind of like squads.
Mm.
Already?
It wasn't our choice, to be quite honest.
Yeah, nothing's been our choice, really.
Yeah, no, pretty much the people who beat the shit out of us, yeah, we're in their squad, so it's kind of like, we're under surveillance almost 24/7 now.
That can't be fun. No.
Well,
No, so, I mean,
probably the best option for us.
yeah, I
Could
mean,
certainly
we
be
have to.
worse.
It could be worse. I mean, they could still be like handcuffed, or getting dissected, or left to die, or yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
So I'll take being in a crowded room under surveillance over death.
over not being dissected, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're all in the scouts. Death is mere inches away at any given point, but having you two around is definitely gonna help prevent that.
Fennric.
Karina's
Don't listen to him, Chris.
Yeah, there's like just a shift from people.
Yeah.
Karina's gonna nudge Jethro. She's like, "Hey, do you remember what I said at the table when we first met?"
You gotta understand, I barely remember my own birthday.
Nah, like I said when we were talking about the survey corps, day one. If people die here, it's their own fault because they messed up. So don't mess up, and we'll be fine.
No pressure.
Good to see that you're still the same Karina we left.
You're very encouraging.
I'd be more concerned if she were acting differently.
Yeah, we kind of have a benefit, though, don't we, over that?
I mean, look, you guys are getting a little more of a social Karina than before, anyway.
Yeah, we did just spend time in...
Ansgar, you're different. Yeah, I mean, you're different. Me and you are kind of like in the same boat. By the way, if you have questions, you can come ask me. I'm not gonna bite you.
I'm different.
I wasn't thinking
I'm
that was an
different.
option. That was the thing I had to worry about, but okay.
Well, I
Thank
don't
you.
know. People tell me I'm not approachable. Look, I'm just saying, if you need something, come find me. We can talk. I can help the best that I can. Okay?
All
Okay.
right. Yeah, well,
Right.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, I'm just happy to see everybody. Honestly.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's good.
Are you
Yeah.
doing alright, Ansgar? Like, are your teeth okay? I saw you spit out some.
Yeah, that's fine. I had the
Teeth, why do your
dentist look at
teeth?
it.
Which
I
ones did you
got
lose?
punched.
By who? Oh, by the people.
Do you actually like smile like this? Like full teeth?
I got this one.
Just like,
Yeah, you two look well for someone who's got their shit beat out.
yeah.
Oh, do you want to
Mhm.
tell him, or do you want me to tell him?
I just want to see if they figure that out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll see.
Wait, what? What
What?
happened?
What?
I'm
Huh?
confused.
What?
What's
Are you?
no like?
What?
You guys are looking really
Karina's
good.
just gonna look at you. Karina's just gonna look at
like, you start
Ansgar and
looking
shrug.
I'm just gonna look over the two of them, and now he's immediately curious. He's gonna start getting a little too close, and like, hold on now, because I'm very
Smile,
curious. I
just
want to
kiss.
see if I can figure out what exactly they're talking
They
about.
start acting weird.
All right, let's
like-
put it this way, right? Angar's lost a tooth. My jaw is dislocated. We were both pretty much beat the shit out of, and we're standing here perfectly cool, calm, collected, no bruises. I'm talking just fine. Jaw's not dislocated. He has a full mouth of teeth.
So if you ever run out of bullets, Chris,
I guess. Are you suggesting that you use your teeth as?
like a
I'm not
minigun.
pulling your teeth out.
Like,
Oh my god.
You know that dream where your teeth keep falling out? I can do that for real.
I could do like a belt fed kind of thing, you know?
No. So, with that,
What?
said out loud, this is like, so you can grow your teeth back and like fix yourselves.
So you know how Titans can kind of, I don't know, regenerate themselves? Like,
Oh, so you have
Put-
that too.
we both do, but it's not just in Titan form. We can do that as us.
It's so good to see while wearing the exact same face.
Do you want to
to
see? Do you want to see?
Would you be able
He's
to?
got Steam still?
Jethro,
She... What?
break my arm.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
Would that not be painful? Like,
Oh, yeah, it's gonna hurt for like a split second, but watch.
Ma'am, you told me not to piss you off, and this feels like a trap.
Jethro, break my fucking arm.
He will slowly approach. Mind you, just for your guys' to remember, Jethro's about 5'4". He's like 160 pounds.
Yeah. If you won't, I will.
He looks over. You know what? Again, feels like a trap. Takes a step back and just is like, go ahead to Fleur.
Alright, Fleur. Take your pick, left or right. I'll give you the honors of choosing.
Middle.
She like I imagine you like put
Middle
your arms
arm.
out, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just like looks between them, and then without telling you which one she's going to do, just takes the left one.
Alright.
Easy enough. I won't make you roll for it. She's just giving it to you. You can easily, like, if you just punch the elbow kind of thing, however,
Yeah,
just
grab
snap
the
it.
wrist punch.
Ow.
Yeah. Karina,
Mm-hmm.
this fucking hurts. You're
Oh,
still breaking a limb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it breaks. And Jethro's just like, right! Gonna roll a stress roll real quick. That's a nat 1.
Ooh,
Hey,
That's good.
okay.
nice.
I'd rather because you're intrigued.
Marie, stress roll. That's a 10.
Karina out here giving people some high levels of stress.
yeah, you're not
Well,
very reassuring.
Unfazed.
Yeah,
Okay,
Fennric
well,
is
that's
like,
wrong.
if this is one of those pranks that people pull, this is some dedication, I'll tell you that much. And he's continuing to watch the arm. No! Ansgar!
Ansgar! Nobody.
Oh no.
Welcome to the rattled zone, boy.
I'm
Welcome
at
to the bones.
67, so that's gonna be interesting.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
How
with-
much stress do you have right now?
67.
Oh
He
god.
just got a 20, so.
With that, I'll say, it takes a short while, but you guys do notice, like, a couple seconds after her arm is snapped, that the wound does start just steaming, and her arm, while it's, like, bent the wrong way, slowly is just, like, repositioning itself and getting back into place. It takes maybe 10 seconds for the wound to just fix. And then Karina, you're able to just kind of be like,
Yep.
That's handy.
Okay.
Ray is just kind of like, oh, you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
No, I did not. That was a genuine reaction.
I wasn't talking to you. He made the hand joke. You guys
Yeah, the
just don't get my
handy-
comedic genius.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, I got it. That was good.
Ray, you're beyond me.
What?
I am quite
Oh, he
intelligent.
doesn't. He didn't know he did it. Yeah.
None of this makes me feel better.
Jethro, you gotta trust me more. If I ask you to do something, don't be scared to just do it.
Look, okay, I am not quite sure I was aware of who you were when you walked up to me, laughed, and then offered a hug. I think you can understand my hesitation.
Okay.
Damn,
What
this
did she
ominous
do to
mist
you?
really fills the mood.
You were there when we were at Rogue. She kicked me in the dick and then was like, "Be my bunkmate."
Oh
That's how
yeah.
she
Sorry.
shows affection.
Yeah,
Obviously.
see, Fleur gets it. Fleur gets it. It's the, what do they call it? Aggressive affection, something like that.
Yeah.
Tough love. There we go. Tough love. It's tough
Oh.
love.
I thought you meant like
Karina.
the mental thing. Okay, sorry. Continue.
No.
Yeah, Jeff was just Karina. I grew up with my best friend being Marie.
Oh, true.
You think, yeah, Marie kind of is just like a
What?
little embarrassed.
No offense. No offense,
Yeah.
Mary. No offense.
It's like tough love never really existed. It was kind of just like quit reading books, and Marie was like, I don't want to run around.
Yeah, what kind of stuff did you put her through?
Well, we just look. I have a lot of energy, and there are a lot of people that could have used with a fight or two every once in a while.
Jesus.
He smiles, and I'll say, for the first time, him just kind of giving this like smile. He is absolutely missing a tooth.
Hey, okay.
Right.
Also, I will say when this is happening after they're talking and everything, Fleur just kind of goes over to Fennric and just very quietly to him goes, I thought you told me that you have to ask before going into people's personal space.
Yeah, no, I'm not
You
sure where
didn't
they
do
stand on. Yeah, no, I don't know where they stand as people yet, though. So
Oh, fair.
justified.
That makes
Meaning
sense.
unsure if they're people.
Right. Well, curious. Just curious. Would you be able to regenerate a limb?
Wait, what?
I'm looking at you, Karina. Like,
Honestly?
Regenerate yours, but not other people's.
Yeah, I can. So essentially, yeah. So like, if like I lose an arm or if I lose a leg or, it'll come back.
well, shit.
Jethro immediately is like, don't ask me to cut your limbs off.
I'm not gonna ask you to cut my limbs off. Don't worry.
I feel like the demonstration's already happened.
Yeah. You guys already saw the regeneration with the broken arm. I don't need to cut off a limb.
Ansgar, you're not looking so hot.
Ansgar's muted and his face is gone.
No, his
You mean it's right there? Bug eye.
That might be a side effect. Anyways, where's your typewriter?
Oh no, I left it up. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go get it.
I forgot all about that.
I have to go
Why would
get
you
it.
do this?
I'm sure. Go
It's so
yeah.
convenient. It is so convenient.
I'm actually fuming.
Steam
The
from
mascot of the fucking 104th Cadet Corps is a goddamn fucking typewriter.
I hate it here.
How else are we gonna catalog things, though?
Can I go somewhere else?
You write them in a book like
Can I
a
go
normal
with you?
person. Yeah.
Well, like,
Sure.
you can make a book out of the pages you write on.
Why not just practice your penmanship?
It doesn't
You
Good
could
old-
use it.
that.
Actually, yeah, that's actually gonna be pretty tough to use the typewriter now.
Don't need 2 hands. Use a pen. Quill.
I don't need 2 hands to use the typewriter. At this point, I might just use it out of spite.
Forget I said anything.
Okay.
Hello.
Well,
Oh, your face is back.
Back.
hey. He's no longer
Ansgar, you're not
catatonic.
looking so hot over there.
How dare you?
You're looking a little stressed
Also-
out, buddy.
I use moral support on Chris.
What does it do again?
Your stress is reduced to 0,
Cool.
and if you
That's
have
only
the fearful perk that doubles your stuff, it is gone now.
Wait,
Never
with the
been
moral
fearful
support?
in my life.
Yes, that clears your stress. We decided that when you guys were walking across the wall, and there
I
was a
thought that
couple
perk
people
of the
getting.
leader perk. Okay.
Was it the
Yeah,
I-
I thought you
I'm
just...
pretty sure.
Yeah.
moral support? Reduce stress to 0. Like you negate stress
Okay.
with moral support.
It's bye-bye.
So
Yeah, help the
No
man
more.
having the panic attack, basically.
for flavor, you essentially just have a good chat, almost a therapy session of sorts. Ansgar is just able to, in this situation, give.
Want to see me break my arm? No.
Yeah,
No.
gives.
Poor
No.
Karina.
He
Poor
just gives
Karina.
Chris a really good pep talk, and talks him down from a panic attack, essentially. So. But yes,
So what was the concern? Why am I not hot?
I felt like you just looked a little stressed out.
Well, I mean, nah.
Moral support.
This was so stressful and everyone. This is so
My in the one arm. You're gonna be fine.
grab
Having
her.
a,
You're
I
gonna
saw
having a
Lydia.
cry session.
Wait, what?
So we're just having a cry session.
He's fucking. As soon as someone does moral support to Ansgar, he just lets loose.
It's a full-on like trauma dump session. It's
Yeah.
like no filter, just full breaks down.
It's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening with me, and now everyone has expectations of me. And
I don't even know what I am, man.
Lydia's gone.
It's alright.
Oh yeah.
It's alright.
She's not here. Josh is doing that, we're just crying. I can't believe I helped with him.
But fucking
Yo, be
cry.
careful.
I'm not crying, I'm just stressed. It's just rain. Shut up.
And why are
I
you
was about to
crying?
I was about to say, don't let Josh see you cry, man. He's gonna come over here, grab you by the shirt, and slap the shit out of you.
Oh,
no,
Stop you like he did Chris.
No, like I'll say if Josh moves over, Doa's just like, no, Josh, come on.
Yeah,
No, we're not
fucking
doing
Karina says that, he looks and he's just like, starts rolling his sleeves up, and then you just stop him.
Come on.
Like, it is impressive that he's still not scared of me.
Last time I saw you do anything right in front of my fucking face, a cannon was coming for me. I think I have a lot more to be afraid of than you.
I stopped the cannon.
Exactly.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Although, I guess we should be thankful that Chris is here, because if he was the one firing that cannon, I'd be dead.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know if
So
I can
don't
take
make any
on Chris.
vendettas against Chris, Josh.
Oh, sleep with one eye open.
I will make my vendettas as I fucking please, thank you very
If Chris
much.
manages to smuggle a
with kids.
cannon into a bedroom, I think you should die.
God, have you seen those fucking art pictures? The one that I fucking remember, it's like Padme and Anakin laying in bed, and she's just staring off, and Anakin's there just hugging R2-D2.
Yeah.
That's Chris, a cannon, and Ewan.
Yeah. My punk mate brought his cannon body and fell on. Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, how was the sleep? I don't know. Someone was holding a fucking cannon. It was really loud, like the noise of the metal like grinding. Like I couldn't sleep.
I don't know.
What do you mean someone was cuddling a cannon? It's exactly, man.
I kind of
There's
imagine
annoying
Chris like
fuse
really
burns.
quietly sneaking in a cannon at night.
It was
Into a
was
room,
fully
and you're
loaded
sleeping.
the entire night.
My
Yeah,
number
but,
one
like,
ship
He
for
sneaks in and it's loaded, but you can't hear it until the door creaks.
Yeah.
I just imagine like it's like you're just like, in a tent and like just like slowly the tent curtains like part as the Candace just pushes them away just into the fucking tent.
number one ship of this campaign, Chris and his cannon.
There's a reason why there's gunpowder all over his lips.
Yeah, he just paints a fucking bow tie onto it in white, and then he wears the wedding dress and gets married.
I'll say.
Puts googly
with-
eyes on it.
Despite the conversation, Fennric has been like silent during all of this. I'm like, no, but do you actually think we've convinced the scouts to strap a cannon to either Ansgar or you, Karina?
I don't know if I could carry on you mean the big thing. Yeah, maybe.
You could make a
Yeah.
bunch of
And-
things.
Manifest, yeah.
Could you make a cannon?
Actually.
No, I was gonna say that would be more like up his alley than mine. I'm more of a. I like to get close and personal, and I like to beat the shit out of people.
I see.
Could I make a cannon? Well, I don't really have gunpowder.
Well, like,
No,
you can bring the
but-
gunpowder.
Yeah.
But would you really need gunpowder if you're manifesting, though? I mean,
The thing is
think
to
about
make sure
arrows.
Chris fires it.
True.
Chris fires a cannon. Ansgar can use a crossbow, longbow, whatever range he feels necessary. And at that point, why even go face to face with Titans in the first place?
Because it's fun.
You
Sorry,
can say
sorry,
that, yeah.
Titans. you are free to.
Cool.
Should you be commanded to? Obviously, this has to be run by higher ups. The opportunities are interesting.
I mean, yeah.
I'm honestly fascinated by the cannon idea. You could just make a platform on your shoulders.
Platform I could do.
If you can't do a cannon, then you can just put a cannon on the platforms.
I mean, definitely a lot to think about if you think, like... Definitely something to bring up to, like, the
Probably-
commanders.
Yeah, I have to talk to who's the guy Matt had the book. He took notes almost immediately, so he's got to have some ideas.
You're talking about, who's it, Matt, right?
Yeah, Matt Han? Matt something?
Look, I was too busy trying to, like, conserve energy to fix what was,
yeah.
like, broken.
Sorry,
to really
yeah.
pay attention.
Sorry, yeah, lots of names recently.
Yes.
And
too many.
Han, Sarah Phoenix, Vincent, Fuckhead, or whatever.
I'd like to meet this Matt if you know where he is.
Honestly, I barely know where anybody is. We saw you guys coming in, and they're like, "We're trusting you guys. Go play." Essentially.
Oh, they're
Like-
here?
School children.
Probably, we are at headquarters.
You are at Scout headquarters.
We are at Scout headquarters,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
hold on.
Oh,
Just-
okay.
So,
They're
do you know
probably
where
right
you
around
are?
that corner.
I'm just gonna
Probably.
pull out that satchel that was tied and be like, yeah, they gave us this. Hold on. Christmas present time. What's inside the pouch they gave us?
3 patches to replace your cadet corps
Oh,
pouches.
that was the patches. Okay. Like less enthused, but alright.
I'm assuming me and Karina
You-
already have ours.
You already have scout jackets and cloaks.
Okay. You okay, baby?
Close.
You okay?
Forgot about that.
You were handed one
Yeah.
the moment you came in.
Does Doe
Oh,
have
do you
dementia?
know where you are?
Huh?
Half the time.
Sorry, I've lost a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still just getting oriented.
Okay.
Right. You did pick the right place, right? You do want to be here, yes?
I do want to be here. I just feel
Okay.
like I'm missing 20 kilograms.
Huh?
You are
Oh, so you're
We're
still a
off
little
20
lightheaded.
kilograms.
Around. Yeah, I lost 20 kilograms after that fight. Might be something from the car.
Sorry.
It's a big fucking arm.
Sorry, I had to check on the hubby.
Just a little
You did, you
lightheaded.
did.
Bone, muscle,
Yeah,
tissue,
whole thing.
blood.
Tendons,
You might also
ligaments.
still be getting your blood back slowly.
He was in the mouth of a titan a couple times, too.
Very true.
A couple times. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. For the two of you that are too big for them to eat.
Well,
Whoa. I'm gonna put something right here on the table.
Yeah.
I am not shifting unless I am ordered to do so, or if we all find ourselves in a very stressful situation where I need to. But other than that, you get what you see right now.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I don't really want to cause another incident, so I should probably follow the same rule.
All right. Is there a downside to shifting?
You
Not
know,
really.
people
we
wanting
just-
you executed.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh, you have the
part.
attention.
Well, like, I feel like okay, sure. I'm not gonna push it. I just feel like that whole situation's been sorted.
I mean, it's still people still have their opinions. They can still want to execute us at any point in time. They can call us for another trial to have something, I don't know, changed and be like, yo, we don't feel safe having them around, even if they're there. So,
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
I imagine shifting into the thing that's been devouring humans for God knows how long is probably a good way to make enemies.
yeah.
And a
So
little
I am
jarring.
not. Yeah, I am not doing so unless I am ordered to do so, or like I said, if the situation calls for it.
All right.
Yeah, especially considering our enemies at the moment tend to be the entire thing of military police.
They can all. Never mind. I'm gonna keep my opinion to myself.
They can all go fuck themselves, but yes.
Thank you for saying that for me.
Morgan
Apparently
just
it's
goes like,
merchant.
"Fuck yeah!" Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
you're right. You're good.
well,
You
you know, my
okay?
ribs are still broken.
Oh,
But fuck the
Take it
military
easy.
police.
I didn't really, but no, good to see you still up.
It takes a certain type of individual to claim their superiority when I didn't see them at all helping out with the wall situation.
It's because the military police are nothing but a bunch of, I'm gonna say, wussies for the sake of biting my tongue.
They're
Pathetic little
guard-
cunts.
Yeah,
guard
that.
dogs for the
And
royal
cons-
family.
I was even thinking about them, but then you know what? Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. I mean,
That
when the
merchant
tough
guy was
gets
a prick,
going,
too.
yeah. I mean, when the tough gets going, they're nowhere in sight.
Yep.
Well, good thing about the fact that they never go to the outer walls is that we can keep well away from them.
For now.
I'm very appreciative of my position in the scouts.
Yeah. We're in the scouts.
Yeah.
Ewan looks just as like, why am I here? As Chris. Like they're just two
Yeah.
guys standing next to each other, holding their like cloaks, just like, what am I doing?
No, make out with the cannas.
What is going on here?
Right.
I will say, other than breaking an arm, Fleur has just been slowly unpicking the patches from her cloak, like, jacket to replace them later.
Yeah.
I just imagine she just took off the cloak and just is one by one
Yeah.
removing the stitches.
Fair. I will say, we are going to move on just a little bit. There's plenty of time for you guys to catch up. Obviously, I want things to be chill for a while. But you are kind of interrupted as someone kind of approaches. There's a man who kind of comes up to you guys, looks late 20s-ish. Well, he's got like a nice full beard. Short hair, but it's kind of messy. Like some of it falls in his face and whatnot. Otherwise, like most of it tries to be like formed, but he clearly is just like, fuck it at some point. But he kind of approaches all of you. He's like, hey, hate to interrupt. I'm squad leader Arcturus Morales. We need to get you guys horses.
Oh. Okay.
Holy shit, we get horses. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So, right this way. And he will lead all of you over to essentially just a big pen area where there's just a shitload of horses. And he's like, right, well, some of them have names, but since they're horses, you can kind of call them whatever you want. Most of these ones should be available. Find one that agrees with you, I guess. Have fun.
Can I eat it?
You cannot eat
It
the
was a
horse.
joke.
You need
was
it
a
to
joke.
survive beyond the
What if-
wall.
Some of us never rode a horse.
You're gonna learn in this upcoming month.
That sounds fun.
Oh, it is.
Harder than the
Doe immediately runs to try to like
equipment.
check out the horses, see which one's like.
Oh yeah,
like
Mireya too.
Well, we can see who
Be that much
they.
harder than equipment riding, so.
That's
True,
true.
true.
Yeah, the horses don't wear like OEM gear or something that we need to know about. Right?
They don't have any hidden lasers, right?
Just straps on the ODM gear to the
Yeah.
horse,
HODM.
straps himself to the horse, and be like, "That was
Yeah, laser guided horse.
So, each of you, in your gear section, feel free to just put down service horse. As you spend some time kind of coming up to these horses, seeing which one responds to you proper. Some of you may have to try a couple times. People like Emily just walk up to one and she's like, "Hey," and the horse is just like, "Fuck yeah, dog." And you are all able to name your horses right here and now. What would you like to name your horses? I want to know. We'll start with Ansgar. We'll just go down the one in the row.
Don't start with me.
Okay, we'll start with, well, fucking Mike seemed excited. We'll start with Mike. What's the name of your horse?
Fennric's horse's name is Fodder.
Okay. Does anyone else have a horse name ready? Okay, what's your horse's name?
Horse.
Horse. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Great start. I love it.
Got fodder and horse. Is anyone else ready?
Shala.
Chala?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
it's a type of bread.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind
Of course. Chris? Is it canon?
Winchester.
Winchester.
Oh,
Okay.
Winchester. Okay.
That's a
Not
good
very
one.
good. That's actually a good fucking name.
And is
What
it-
if
is it-
what
is
if
it a
Winnie
cult?
Chester?
Winchester.
Mireya, do you have a horse name?
Raph.
Raph.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice,
Can
bro. I get it.
Fuck. I can take. Sorry. Never mind.
Okay.
I
Karina,
can't
do you have a
remember- I
horse
can't
name?
rem-
No, I don't. Not yet.
Ansgar, have you picked a horse name yet?
No.
All right, Karina, have you picked a horse name yet?
No.
I was
Ansgar.
I was gonna say, like, if I forget her name, the one that has her ribs broken right now, and it's
There's two of them, Emily and
Morgan.
Morgan.
yeah, Morgan. It dropped out of my head. I was trying to find my notes on where all the names were.
Not calling my horse Morgan, that would just
Yeah.
be weird.
Wait, can I change my horse's name?
If you want,
Can I? I'm gonna name him Alir.
a leer.
Okay.
Fucking all right. Someone's been playing Fire Emblem Engage.
No.
Yeah, picking names now is like that's good fodder. I might change that. Okay, continue.
Doe's like
I
going
have my
between
name.
horses, and like he's gonna find one that's particularly uncooperative, and he's just gonna go, "Hey Morgan, I found your horse."
She walks over to it, kind of looks, slowly puts a hand out to pet it, and it just
Thanks,
kind of sits there and lets her. She's like, "Cool, thanks, Del."
No problem. I felt like the two of you were very similar.
I have a horse's name.
Cool, calm, and collected. Yeah.
Don't just internally no and leaves.
There's a clear like sarcasm on her
Yeah.
face as she says this, but yes, Karina. What is your horse's name?
Sage.
Sage.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Mine's called Quaver.
Waver. All right.
I'm changing mine to aggro because it means essentially the same thing. I'm
Flora's
sorry,
not
man.
smart.
What's it
Flora's
called?
I'm
What's it called?
sorry.
Your horse?
Aggro. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, dude. It's so mean, but it's funny.
By the way,
Has no one else played Shadow of the Colossus?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Dude.
Your horse's name is Aggro.
Aggro is
Okay.
the best / worst horse.
by the way, Mike, you're very quiet. Like I've turned you up to
Sorry.
20%.
My mic is over here. I should bring it a little closer. Wide desk, still figuring
I
things
have,
out.
bro, I have him at 100 and I hear him perfectly fine. Like he is blowing my eardrums, to be quite honest.
Really?
It just.
Oh, I have Mike at 200, and it's like perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, no, it's
No.
okay.
Like my eardrums are bleeding.
Damn,
You can
Mike.
turn it down.
You get a better voice.
Sorry, I was gonna scream, but I shouldn't do that.
Please don't, because you will have an angry pregnant lady. Like that's not.
Yeah, ugly.
Least
Wait,
mid-session.
What is Alir from? I feel like I'm remembering names wrong. Who is Alir?
He's from
Mireya's
Fire
whole.
Emblem, I think.
He is from Fire Emblem?
Yeah. He's from one of the newer games, I think.
Oh, it is the fucking straight up name of the main dude from Engage. I was right. Okay, I don't know why Brain was like, that's not correct. I've only played through it one time. I thought it was okay.
I haven't played it at all. I just like the name Alir because it sounded fire.
It's not. Fair enough.
That's great.
Alir is a pretty dope name.
You're dope.
Word.
Oh, yeah.
They're not surprised.
Get wrecked. Get
that
riggedy wrecked.
That, oh my god, challah bread looks delicious.
Challah bread?
So,
What is it?
I'm hungry again. I just ate dinner, and I'm fucking hungry again.
It'd be like that. Having picked your horses and named them,
Yeah.
you are then shown. It is getting late. You are then shown to the kind of crew quarters area, and if you so please, you are allowed to choose a new bunkmate. This will not change your relationship with your current bunkmate. It doesn't get rid of the perks that they gave you or anything. This is purely just you're in a new place. If you want to bunk with someone else, you can bunk with someone else. Ansgar and Karina are unfortunately not options right now.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Biggest
My fault.
So,
The biggest of sads.
Yeah. You can either stay with your current bunkmate, or if you would like to explore new options, you are free to do so.
It feels a little mean. But Doe is very much a free spirit, and he does want to bunk with Morgan.
Okay. She's just kind of like, yeah, she's like, fuck yeah, dog. Daps up your one hand.
Can't do the old one. Let's find a new one.
You could do it with one hand. It's just she'll slowly go over it with you.
But then oh, okay, no.
No, there's no. You don't need a second. You're thinking too hard. She'll sit down on the bunk with you now and like start going over it. Yeah.
Next hour, it's just this.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to pick new bunkmate? Fleur, your bunkmate doesn't exist anymore. Not here. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sad.
I was gonna ask about it. I was like, yes. What's up with Ezra at this point?
Ezra
Gone.
I joined.
Gone.
Ezra left.
Disappeared.
Ezra left.
Yeah. Dishonorably discharged for being a bitch. No.
Ow.
Left. Written out. Gone.
Okay.
I'm not controlling it. I don't want
Fair
it.
Fair enough.
I know no one.
Yeah.
I don't wanna. Icky, don't wanna touch.
Oh my god, you just reminded me of something that fucking happened last was it last night? I think it was last night. Babe. Baby, was it last night during Super? Yeah. So my boyfriend had me watching Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry.
No, it was really good. I enjoyed it. Shut up.
Shut.
And Goku went Ultra Instinct. And I don't know where it came from. I was like, oh look, he went no think, he only move. Because
No
for
think,
Ultra
only
Instinct,
move. Yeah, that's kind of what that is.
He went no think.
for a straight no think only move, and for like
Holy shit, his brain turned off and he got even better.
for a straight I want to say almost for 20 minutes we were just in bed fucking laughing our asses off. It was
Like
oh,
Mike
man.
and Mike and me and the gritty joke. Anyway,
Gritty joke.
No.
no, we're not getting into that right now.
No, do not touch
Okay,
it. Do
well-
not.
Don't,
do not.
no.
We're gonna add an extra hour to this session to just
Where were we?
dedicate it to the gritty joke.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Okay.
Bunkmates.
Doe has chosen Morgan as new bunkmate.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna write this down. Would anyone else like to choose new bunkmate? Specifically, yeah.
Could I choose Josh?
You want to choose Josh?
Boy.
Oh lord.
Give me one sec. I'm just writing down who's
you're
with
good.
who.
All of
Doe.
us are crying, saying thank you for taking one for the team.
I already took one. I'll think I could take another.
Hey, at this rate, if Josh dies, you get 2 for 2. Just rack them up.
Oh my
I'm just gonna
god.
start crying.
I'm sorry. I'm so
She's like-
sorry. Ah, man, I hope I don't manifest that like I did with Zaff.
Oh God.
I will personally walk to Texas.
Oh,
I will
Josh
walk.
in another room going,
Stop fucking crying. Yeah, stop fucking crying. Mireya, how do you approach Josh then?
I just gotta come up, my things like tucked under my arm, and I just go, Josh, are you keen on having a bunkmate?
He looks at you. Convince me to bunk with you.
I can make your bed for you.
Oh, I'll do your laundry.
Is that the only thing you say?
That's the one thing she thought off the top of her head.
Even or odd?
Oh my god.
Have to borrow
Even.
yes.
It's a 6.
Damn!
Damn it.
Should have gone even. I called it.
I can make my own damn bed.
Alright.
I'm gonna be a swooping Mr. Steal Your Man.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
As Mireya is
Cry.
walking
Cry,
away,
cry, cry,
Josh
cry.
is turning around before he sees Fleur, and he's just like,
No, Fleur
Yeah.
is on the other side.
oh yeah, he turns and sees Fleur, and he's just like, what?
You're bunking with me.
Convince me to bunk with you.
I said you're bunking with me. I'm not giving you a choice.
Oh, the direct.
He kind of looks at you for a sec. Okay. All right.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. You
Can't
respect
argue
that.
one.
Mireya, is there anyone else you would like to approach?
She doesn't know who to go to. She's looking at Josh. She was like, he looks sad.
Okay. I guess, Chris, do you still want to bunk with Ewan?
Yeah, we're gonna go have an existential crisis.
Okay, yep. Easy. Okay, which leaves Mireya and Fennric. If you can either bunk with each other or the people that are available. Elias, Echo, obviously Fennric if you wanted to stay with Echo. Ray, Fallon, Emily, Marie, and Jethro.
Well, I was gonna say, Fennric was beginning to walk up to Fleur, and then immediately saw her turn and walk up to Jethro. Was like, okay, again. Entirely fair. I don't know. I mean, if freaking Mireya is down, Fennric would not be opposed to bunking with her, but be like, that's pretty rough. There.
Just not opposed to it.
Oh.
She's got to just like turn around and just look at you, Fennric, be like, fuck me, I guess.
yeah, that was pretty rough.
Well, I guess this works.
Yeah, okay.
We
You two are bunking?
together.
Yeah, we're bunking.
Okay. Allow me to...
And I will not
do
make your
that.
bed.
I expect you to.
Get fucking wrecked, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm actually
She
going
trained
to
said,
write...
make your own damn bed.
I'm actually going to write out who is bunking with each other now, of the NPCs.
Oh.
Sad I can't have Jethro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we
hard.
have an entire
Can't give
squad.
him nightmares.
Yeah.
Huh, yeah. Yeah.
Part of
No,
the
we have a-
decision was to let Mireya and Jethro bunk. I haven't gotten to do that for 3 years.
Fair. Yeah,
Karina,
okay,
like,
well,
flicking the rocks.
I forgot Leedo needs to pick a bunkmate as well, but the standing bunk order, until Leedo throws a wrench in this, is Echo and Marie have decided to bunk together. Ray and Jethro have decided to bunk together. Elias and Emily are bunking together, and Falmer's dead. Fallon has decided to bunk on his own until Leedo picks a bunkmate and changes that. Ewan is with Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to talk each other down.
Yeah, they're like just chilling somewhere, like on their bunk, holding each other's hands, staring longingly into each other's eyes. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Right. Give me that list again of who's bunking with who, because I'm missing that. Sorry.
I think I can write it down.
Oh, I got Don Morgan, or Josh, I got me.
With you here. Where'd you stay?
I don't know. You stayed. I was content following you, and then you hesitated. I hesitated. So, yeah, Doe and Morgan, Mireya and Fennric, Chris and Ewan, Fleur and Josh. Does everyone who wants to write stuff down have that written down?
Yeah.
Okay. In terms of the others that are as they are now until Leedo changes things. Echo and Marie.
Okay.
Ray and Jethro. Elias and Emily. And then Fallon is on his own. Again.
Ah.
Dude does it to himself. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Loser.
Okay. Cool. So, I'll say, with that, the night kind of settles. You guys get ready to go to bed. Nighttime comes by. It's your first night sleeping in the scouting headquarters. And welcome back to this music.
Ah, dang it.
The next morning, Karina, Ansgar, obviously you guys are with Duke Squad and Phoenix Squad.
Mm-hmm.
But you two are some of the first to kind of be woken suddenly. It is early morning, and for each of you, someone burst into the room, kind of starting everyone awake. Before they're like, this scout who comes in, steps in. Sorry to wake you all this early. Commander, Corporal Phoenix, we need you outside. Now, if you want to bring your squads, more than welcome. Does the same thing. Busts into Duke's squad. Sorry to wake you all. Squad leader James Duke, we need you outside now. And we'll immediately kind of leave. You guys, the squads jump up, start getting ready immediately. They kind of look to you guys and it's like, just get your shit together. You don't need to get your gear on or anything. We'll handle whatever, but get ready. And you are informed to kind of just be prepared to leave with them. Everyone else, there's kind of a hustle and bustle super early that slowly wakes you guys as well. However, there's no kind of frantic messenger coming to you. But you do notice a couple of the more seasoned scouts leaving. Do you guys decide to stay in your bunks, or it is super duper early?
Yeah, I just sort of tap Morgan above me and I go, should we go?
She looks and she's like, fuck it.
She
Climbs out.
gets up to go.
Anyone else leaving, or do the rest of you stay?
Does it seem urgent? Is it like gonna gauge the mood of the crowd?
Yeah. Roll me a general like reaction check to see what you're picking up on.
Oh shit! I gotta roll. Okay, hold up. Make sure I have everything pulled up. Yeah, I guess I should have prepared for this.
Way to be prepared.
I'm
You
joking.
didn't prepare for the eventuality.
What's going on with that drop menu, boyo? Roll 20. Sorry, reaction. It's... Oh shit! Yeah, no.
What you can glean from the people in the direct area with a natural 10 reaction, there is a state of confusion, but also you get the idea that there is a slight hint of panic almost. Something is clearly wrong.
What's Mireya doing in this fine morning? Cause
Awake in bed, looking up.
He's just gonna turn back. I don't know if you'd be particularly interested, but it seems like things have already started to get interesting.
I heard.
You wanna go take a look? I'm gonna go. I'm just seeing if you wanna come with.
I mean, I'm not opposed. It's just too early for this shit.
Oh, if you feel like it. And he's gonna slide his boots on and
I'm coming.
head out.
Puts on her boots too, throws on her cloak. It's fucking cold out.
Oh, that does look good. Yeah.
Okay. Chris, are you leaving, or are you staying in bed to go back to bed?
I guess I'll go.
Okay. Ewan will follow you. Fleur. Josh just looks annoyed and wants to go back to sleep for the time being.
I am curious, and we'll
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell him anything. If he wants to come, he can. If he doesn't want to, he can. He's his own fucking person.
Yep, he's staying.
I think club mates.
Echo and Marie, stay. Ray and Jethro, stay. Elias comes. Emily stays. Fallon stays. The rest of you kind of make your way out following the general crowd. Karina and Ansgar, you obviously having kind of been woken up before everyone and being informed to come with, are able to get out of the headquarters sooner than everyone else. You two, your squads kind of meet up, you see each other, and you're walking kind of out to the back area of the headquarters. And as you're heading there, you kind of see these big, almost like makeshift gates that have been built. There's tarps connecting poles that seem to make like this enclosure, and that's where the general commotion is currently at. And as you're heading there, if you kind of peek up front, you see Matt standing there with a very kind of like almost defeated posture. There are people talking to 4 particular scouts, taking notes down. And as you guys approach, you are kind of led into this enclosure, and as you look, you now see where the 2 15 meters were being held. Their bodies restrained, but they are darkening and steaming, as it appears both of them have been killed. The rest of you eventually catch up to this and are able to kind of peek through and see it. But as you guys get here and catch a glimpse of that, a couple of the other scouts turn to you guys and start ushering all the new cadets back inside.
Karina's gonna have like a almost pissed expression on her face as she's kind of standing there seeing all this, wanting to yell at somebody but biting her tongue very hard.
You guys are kind of standing here. You're hearing, I'll say, since you're kind of up next to everyone, there's people taking notes down of what was heard. There seem to be 2 scouts who are speaking up, who are giving more detail than the others. The other 2 are kind of just like, we don't know. We didn't really see anything. But there are 2 scouts who say that they identified a person that had done this. And it happened literally last night in the middle of the night while they were on patrol. Showed up relatively short but swift. Vanished just as quickly as they showed up. Managed to outmaneuver them in a heartbeat. As you guys are kind of standing there, Sarah is speaking with Matt, kind of checking on him, asking if he's good, and he's very, just like, emotionlessly, like, yeah, I'll be fine, it's fine. He's giving these short answers, as he's clearly devastated by the loss of this. Before Commander Rory kind of steps up between the 2 of you, he's like, so what do you 2 see?
Before I answer that, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Why? Trying really hard to hold back the anger and yelling. Why are there 2 Titans back here? Like, what is all this?
After the mission to retake Krolva was a success and you 2 were taken into custody, the scouts helped the garrison clear out the rest of the Titans from Krolva. We captured these 2 in hopes of learning more about them before we knew what our case with you was going to end up like.
So, You guys are no better than what they wanted to do to me and Ansgar. You guys captured these two to sit here and study them, to experiment on them, to figure out what motivates a Titan, what does this, what does that. So you guys are no better than them wanting to dissect me and Ansgar.
I fail to see your point. There's a clear difference between the two of you and the two of them.
Really? You think there's a difference because we're able to shift and we're able to at least have a conscious mind?
He kind
Whether
of gives
you
you a
like
look,
this,
and
whether
Matt
you
now has turned and is paying attention.
whether you want to see my point of view or not, my point of view is they're dangerous creatures. I understand that. I'm dangerous. I can go rogue at any point if I shift. I understand that. But they are not to be captive like wild animals to be experimented on.
Rena,
Put
this
him
is
down.
the greatest threat to humankind. We need to understand them. This is the closest we've ever gotten to learning more without the help of you or Ansgar.
So you rather risk all the troops here? What if one breaks out? What
They're
if
in the
one
Scouts'
breaks?
headquarters. We are the most adept and capable of dealing with this kind of threat.
Okay.
One can't do much.
One can do plenty at night if it so chooses to. And she's gonna kind of be quiet and kind of like distance herself, like move back. You can tell like she's clearly frustrated and upset by what she saw.
Right. He'll kind of turn to Ansgar. How do you feel about this then?
I mean, it's a security issue. I don't really have an opinion as of yet. Clearly, uh, we can't really communicate or haven't figured out a way of communicating with Titans, so until then, I can see why this would be the better approach.
He just kind of
Right.
nods.
Yeah, it's shitty, but when these things seem to just want to eat us, I get it. I want to learn as much about them as possible myself, so I support these kinds of things as long as they're done properly.
We'll say, when looking at where the bodies are, there are restraints that are bolted into the ground and massive, almost railroad spike-esque nails that are throughout pretty much every portion of their body. They were well restrained.
Yeah.
So, but the bodies are obviously slowly fading away,
Yeah.
like decomposing, steaming off.
So we're certain for a fact these weren't shifters?
We like to think that we're certain of it. They sure didn't act like you two do.
Okay, just double checking. You said there was a... I overheard there was someone responsible for this already? What do we know?
Supposedly. Not much. We'll know more later today. Everyone is going to be looked into in terms of their gear usage. So for all of you, you know that when using your ODM gear, it is something you have to check out. So they monitor when people take their gear, when they use it. They can tell when it's been used, all this other kind of stuff. There are regulations to using your mobility gear. So in order for someone to do this, they either had to check their gear out, do it, and leave, or get it some other way. Sarah and James both basically give the account of, like, we know these two were in the room the whole time. Our teams have slept in shifts, essentially, keeping an eye. Everyone else, however, as you are all woken up, you are immediately brought into a room where you are. It's a big kind of almost mess hall type room. There are tables laid out. You are each instructed to go and grab your gear and bring it forward and stand by for inspection. There are a lot of people here. This is like the normal, just military headquarters. Jordan, Lydia, the others are here as no one was able to identify anything. And they're slowly going through and checking all of your gear. You're all kind of just expected to stand there. As they're going through, is there any talks you guys are having with each other? Anything that you're sharing, or are you just kind of waiting for inspection to be done?
So we knew about these titans beforehand.
Yes, you guys were there at the wall when they were captured by the scouts.
It's like Doe just kind of looks to the others and just goes, didn't we capture them to study them? Why were they disappearing?
I don't know. I was going to see if I could get a look at them myself with permission from the commanders. I'd taken some notes I wanted to cross-reference with whoever is doing the research here. Seeing them gone pisses me off a little bit. I don't know. I'm just miffed.
Everyone here doesn't look like things are going according to plan. Did something happen? Did you guys notice anything?
I will say you did manage to know, like, you could tell with them steaming and disappearing, they are dead. Like, you guys know, so, but Ray kind of pipes in and he's just like, are we really going through all this trouble over 2 titans? Why are we protecting them?
Were we? I thought we were studying. I thought at least smarter people than not me were taking a look, seeing how they worked.
Well, if that's the case, even if they're dead, why are we potentially getting in trouble?
I don't know, maybe...
Difficulty?
I imagine some people might have died trying to get them, so it's a waste. I mean, killed them? I don't know. I doubt it's going to be easy getting new ones.
I suppose.
Yeah, all the work.
The inspectors go to all of you and are able to clear that your gear has not been used. In fact, they go through pretty much everyone, but as they get to about the halfway point, they stop in front of someone and spot a clear discrepancy, and have found, it seems, a gear, a set that has been used recently. In fact, they can pretty much say this was used within the last day, when it shouldn't have been. The person that they're all standing in front of, as now more officials come over to communicate and ask questions and clearly are tense and potentially angry with this individual is Lydia. She, however, seems confused, shocked. She's doing everything she can to say that she has no idea why that's the case, as she has been informed about what happened. Obviously, all of you have. They pull up their notes and look over kind of the testimonials given before they're like, you seem to fit this description. Shorter, slender form. You could have easily done this. No one was paying attention. Lydia's just like, how? I have a broken leg. I can't even use my gear that well. You say they evaded capture from the scouts that easily? You think I could do that with this? And she kind of motions. She's on her crutches still. She's like motions to her leg, and they're like, they look to each other for a moment before they're just like, unfortunately, even if that is true, we're going to have to bring you in for questioning. There is a clear look of like frustration, like the anger, confusion, stress just flashes across her face all in an instant before she just kind of like, fine. And they bring her off to the side with her gear. The instructors finish going through everyone else's and find no other discrepancies before the rest of you are dismissed
Lydia
and
isn't
sent
with
back
us
to the
in
scouts.
Lydia
She is
isn't
not
us.
with you in the scouts.
What
She joined
branch
the
did she
garrison.
join? Yeah, she joined the. Okay.
Like
So
a
she wanted
smart
to go
bitch.
to begin with.
Kind of. Doe, at this point, is just looking at everybody, just like, there's no way, right? We've seen Lydia move after her leg was broken.
You also, guys, you also know that with your straps, the purpose of them is to help kind of balance out your weight and stuff, and there is a lot of reliance on moving your legs around.
Mm-hmm.
If she had done it, it would have been incredibly painful.
Mm-hmm. And like he just looks to everybody else. Is like, there's no way, right? Like we saw her move with her broken leg.
We wouldn't have access to her right now, would we?
No.
Okay.
And you don't know about this yet, since you
No.
guys were cleared. These guys are being sent back to the scouts headquarters. You guys are basically in the wagon back and having this talk.
So me and Ansgar were cleared because
You guys were cleared because your squads keep watch.
Yeah,
Like,
so we're
they
not
take
with
shit.
them right now, are we?
Yeah, no. You're back at scout headquarters, completely free of this shit.
And Doe is
Dumb.
looking at everybody else, like waiting for them to like
Yeah.
agree with him.
You don't-
No one say anything.
No.
Fennric
You don't
is
think she's
pissed.
the shifter too, huh?
Her leg is still broken.
Karina broke her arm. And
Yeah,
Lydia
we.
fixed it.
Yeah,
Who's to say she didn't fix it and then try to break it again? It's obviously not an issue for them.
It took seconds. It's clearly still broken.
But it would have to heal again if it was broken.
Yeah.
she either
I don't
did it
think
or
we
just being
have it.
framed.
Very well could be getting framed. I don't know. Look, with Ansgar and Karina happening, I think there are more than likely a bunch of these people, titans, roaming around that just don't know about.
Right, and the two we know are friends. Fennric, I'm not going to sit here and let them just take Lydia away.
Okay, so what do you suggest you do then?
We support the fact that she has a broken leg. We've seen her move. We know for a fact she can't outmaneuver these guys, and he kind of points it generally in the direction where the scouts were. We had to carry her around for her to keep up with us, and we're new.
I don't know what's going on. I don't want to see Lydia get implicated with whatever the hell is going on. Personally, I don't know where we'd start.
Elias now kind of pipes in and he's like, as much as I don't want to believe Lydia is implicated in any sort of scheme, if you really think about it, those two Titans dying was a blow to us. We didn't know about Ansgar. We didn't know about Karina. We don't know who else it could be. We don't know how many more there could be. Not everyone here might be our friends. And I think we need to start coming to terms with that sooner rather than later.
I know of these two that aren't our friends, that we don't know who they are, though.
We very may well have found one of them.
I wouldn't jump to that conclusion.
What other conclusion can we jump to, Doe?
Wait and see. We don't know what happened.
And then what?
I'm not gonna turn against a friend.
It was her gear.
There are plenty of people here that are around her size. They could have taken her gear.
But we ask each of them, hey, do you shift into a Titan? We don't have the time or resources. We've got a month until, less than a month until this next mission.
I doubt we have any say.
We can help in any way we can.
And I'm asking for ideas.
We can testify. Lydia, who's Lydia bunking with?
She's not here.
No, who?
She didn't join us
she
at the
didn't join us.
Scouts.
No, I forgot about that for a second.
You do know that Lydia bunked with Ansgar.
Lydia bunked with
Josh.
Ansgar.
Yeah.
If anyone knows her better than anyone else here, it would be Ansgar.
Josh will speak up and kind of just be like, his word isn't exactly carrying a whole lot of weight at this point. If anything, that only implicates her more.
If he
Who's to
can
say that
corroborate
won't
that
come back
he-
and bite Ansgar in the ass?
If he can corroborate that she isn't working for him at the very least.
Look, no. I told you once that I really kind of missed the annoying, cheery, happy, everyone's friends you. I did it to get it back. Because people around us needed it during Krova. I hate to break it to you. I don't think there's anything we can do unless we're asked.
Right.
I want to believe, just as much as you do, that no one else here is trying to fuck us over. But I'm not so stupid as to not keep my guard up. If the Snake Titan and the Armored Titan wanted to pin us against each other, they're doing a good fucking job. If it was even them involved in this.
No,
If
nothing.
that's their goal, we can't turn against each other. Not so quickly. All I'm saying right now is that we don't jump on the offensive against Lydia. We don't know. So we can't say, even if we decide to speak against her, if we start harboring suspicions against her, we have no fucking clue.
I guess we just have to hope this solves itself. And if we have any say, great. But we're just rookies. This is out of our hands.
Right?
That you guys are brought back to the scout headquarters. As the scouts show up, Karina and Ansgar, you're with your squads still, and news is immediately brought to your guys' attention. You have spent a lot of time since joining the scouts. The past couple days has basically been spent with Phoenix squad, Duke squad, Matt, and Rory. There's kind of a clear, tight-knit connection between the commanders of your squad and Matt and Rory. So when they receive the news about what was heard, you guys are also there. It is kind of... Scouts show up, you guys are standing there waiting, and a scout comes up and he's like, we found someone that had used their gear within the past day. No member of the Scouts, but it is a member of the 104th. Her name was Lydia Blanchett.
Was Lydia Blanchett?
She's still alive.
Oh.
Her name is Lydia Blanchett. She joined the garrison. She fit the description of the smaller, lean body. But there was something that was brought up that throws a wrench into things. Her leg is broken. Snapped in half. It's still healing. If she was going to outmaneuver any one of our scouts, she did so at great, great physical pain to herself.
Come on, we can't really sit here and think that someone with a broken leg can use their gear, right?
Matt is just kind of unless she's like you.
You want to say that again, but with a little more respect?
He looks at you for James, fucking just steps forward and slugs you in the face. Matt is still your commanding officer. You don't ask him for respect. You owe it to him.
Doesn't seem likely. But
Rory
you
kind
have
of
a
looks.
point.
Why don't you think it's likely?
Well, we bunked together. She never showed any sign of being that way, and the way she spoke to me about things, she had no desire to do anything with Titans, so she wanted to be garrison. First and foremost. Kind of seems like the type of person who'd want to avoid anything Titan-wise, let alone engage with one like that. I mean, we're talking about a person who killed two 15 meters. Even if they are restrained, that's impressive.
I do recall reading about her bunking with you. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to do her any favors right now.
No.
Fortunately, I think that we can say mostly certain that it wasn't her.
Why is that?
Well, as Premier Shepherd brought up and looking into your guys' birth records, we can prove she's lived here her whole life. We can prove her parents have lived here their whole lives. There are some we're not fully certain on. In fact, we have some suspicions that they might be in the Scouts right now. He will then, with that, just motion, and your squads are brought with Matt and Rory into Rory's kind of command room. The door is closed, locked. There are a couple of, like, Phoenix and Duke squad are stationed around this room on the outside of it, making sure no one is nearby. Commander Rory then motions for Corporal Phoenix, Squad Leader Duke, and you two to sit down. Matt and Rory are standing on one side of the desk, Rory sitting down, obviously, and you guys all take a seat before Commander Rory leans forward. We're going to try and extend another limb of trust here to the two of you. Mireya, Karina. I don't claim to know everything about why you feel the things you do, and we would like to very much get to understand that. Giving you this trust is a sign of my good faith to you, and that we want to work with you, not against you. What I say here does not leave this room. You will act as if you have not learned this information moving forward. Am I understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So,
Good. While looking into birth records as well as communicating with members of the Cadet Corps and your guys' training, we stumbled on some discrepancies. There are 3 particular names that have arisen. Only one of them can we say we're mostly certain of. So until we have more of a confirmation on the other 2, I will only give you the name of this one individual. In their birth records, it states that they're from Trust. When spoken to during the Cadet Corps on the first day and asked who they were and where they were from, the answer they gave was Shiganshina. We have reason to believe your friend Mireya Nicole may be one of them. And with that, we'll end session.
Goddamn me with getting
What the
dropped
fuck,
back in
dog?
at the fucking bombshells.
What?
Fucking what?
Mireya Nicole?